Welcome everyone. It's all about the details. Go bespoke. No brown after 6. I'm sure you've heard of all of those slogans over and over again, which could as well be cheesy quotes from a calendar for classic menswear fans. Today I want to explain why I think that they are all bullshit. But first, dramatic intro. Blue and green should not be seen. No brown after 6. No brown in town. Sometimes, always, never. We heard it all. I actually went to a friend's wedding and someone wearing a blazer and denim trousers came up to me telling me that I needed to unbutton the bottom button of my waistcoat. My short 1910s waistcoat. I'm so fed up with people reproducing those classic menswear rules without having the slightest understanding of what they actually mean. Sure, if you're an absolute beginner, those rules keep you from making the biggest mistakes. However, in the long run, they also prevent you from making progress and actually developing a sense of style. And let me tell you, we Germans are the worst with that. However, let's take a step back. I think there are two kinds of classic menswear rules. We need neither. First, you have style rules like blue and green should not be seen, or those buttoning rules. Sure, blues and greens are hard to combine, but without them you can't even wear black watch tartan. I mean, everyone desperately needs to develop a sense of which colors go well together and which colors don't, especially considering your own type. Are you the type for blues and greens or are you not? Your first suit should be navy, your first suit should be grey. To hell with that. Your first suit should be something you love, and in case you make a mistake, you will learn from it. But you don't learn anything from blindly following rules. The second type of rule concerns dress codes. Now you might think, Niklas, we need dress codes and dress code rules. And I'd say, nah, not really. Of course, you can follow no brown after 6, no brown in town, and always wear your white tie ensemble to the theater or opera, but you might be seen as a pretentious snob then, and rightfully so. Understanding that, for example, after 6 means formal evening events instead of the actual time of the day is important. Even more important is considering your company. One time a friend of mine said, when one of my friends marries, I will wear my morning dress to the wedding, no matter what the invitation says. Seriously? That's the dictionary definition of a pretentious snob. Guys, don't do that. Think about the host and their wishes. You can always find a compromise between your personal style and what is actually appropriate for the occasion in light of the people around you. Blindly following those dress code rules absolves you from thinking about this and prevents you from playing the formality game and learning how it works in the first place. By that I mean mixing formal, semi-formal and informal options and items to achieve just the right amount for the occasion. 2 steps forwards, 1 step back. You know what I mean? The next big thing is bespoke tailoring. If you go bespoke once, you never want to go back. Bespoke tailoring is the pinnacle of human craftsmanship. What sounds like motivational quotes from a cheesy calendar are just lies. Don't get me wrong, I do have 3 bespoke suits myself and I love them to death. The process of getting a bespoke suit is awesome, but there is no rational reason to get a bespoke suit. A good made-to-measure service can do maybe 95% of what bespoke can do for half of the price at most. You have to have insanely specific requirements to actually need a bespoke suit, or you have to be a crazy, and I mean literally crazy enthusiast when it comes to classic menswear. So going bespoke is not the best option for everyone. On the other hand, those few lunatics that still go bespoke will probably never die out, and so the craftsmanship won't die out either. We do not need to worry. Before I get to my last unpopular opinion in classic menswear, and believe me, it's a big one, let's take a moment to cherish the sponsor of this video, Eckgü, which stands for Eckbert Günther, a traditional German brand for shoe care products. Eckgü has actually been around since the late 19th century. This is an ad from the 1920s, for example. Love that old product design. Anyway, if you want to shine your shoes without buying a bunch of fancy things like leather fat, a thing for the fat, shoe wax, A brush for the wax, a brush to shine, a cloth to shine, etc. Try Aiguë. You just need the polish, an old dishcloth to apply the polish, and a pair of discarded tights for a decent shoe shine. I can also recommend the velour spray as well as the Brilliant Cream, which cares for your leather like a good fat, but without leaving a dull surface. The packaging is also very useful so you don't get your hands dirty. Awesome! Thanks again to Aiguë for making this video possible. Back to topic. My final and most precious unpopular opinion is details are vastly overrated. Oh, look at these Milanese buttonholes. Do you see the hand-finished jacket lining? Oh my god, are those working buttons on the sleeves? I don't care. The cut, the fit and the fabric are everything that matters, because these things are what makes a suit interesting and beautiful. And those are not details. Imagine having 5 navy suits with the same impeccable cut and perfect fit, but different linings and buttons. Your wardrobe would look like Homer Simpson's, absolutely boring, with you looking like a caricature. The time spent on details also drives the price, but has almost no effect on the outcome. This makes the focus on details a very snobby thing. Yeah, wow, everything is hand finished. We live in the 21st century and have machines for almost everything. Why not use them? Because it's more traditional? Dying of smallpox is traditional. And yes, of course, you're all perfectionists. But what happened to the Pareto principle? Spending 20% of the effort to get an 80% result? That's efficient. Anyway, these are my 3 unpopular opinions in classic menswear. Subscribe to my channel and tell me what you think in the comment section. Or don't. I won't care anyway. I do. Please be nice.